just gather all the things and baby Ruth before we head out to the antique mall. She's getting a little wild. We'll see how this goes. But anyway, it is getting so hot out. It's 80 degrees. It's been hot this week. So it reminded me that I need to share with you some happy mail that I recently received. Are you getting hot in here too? So with the weather getting so hot, I can't help but think about sweating, and then it makes me think of my personal hygiene, which is why I'm excited to tell you that I've recently partnered with Wild, and I'm so excited to tell you about them. So Wild's main product are the refillable deodorants. They come in these cute little reusable aluminum lifetime cases. You can even see that you can get them engraved with your name, and they sent me this really cute embossed bee case too. How perfect and how cute. Absolutely love it. The cases are aluminum and reusable, and the refills are completely recyclable. This deodorant is aluminum and paraben free with all the natural nourishment you're looking for. I absolutely love their scents too. These smell so good. I wish you could smell these. I wish you had smell-o-vision right now. I loved every single scent I received so far, and I cannot wait to reorder. They offer limited edition scents and often have seasonal ones as well. I also love how long-lasting they are. They say they last up to 24 hours. I would beg to differ that it's maybe even longer than that. But I love how it's not only keeping me fresh, I don't stink after 24 hours, but I also still smell good. I also wanted to mention that they sent my husband one, and I was on the fence on whether or not it would be strong enough for him because he is a hardworking guy. You guys know if you watch my channel, and probably sweaty most days, and he actually really liked their deodorant too. So I will be reordering for both of us. All that to say, this has quickly become my favorite deodorant, and everything has been so good. I can highly recommend every single product I've received, and I loved the scents. I hope that you'll give it a try. I honestly have already been telling my friends about this before this video is even coming out, so that's how much I love Wild products, and I hope that you love them too. Be sure to check them out and use my code in the description box below. My code is Rustic Honey for 20% off your order. You can also scan the QR code on the screen. And I also need to mention that my code does not last long, so be sure to use it soon. It's again 20% off your order with the code Rustic Honey. You can scan the QR code, and I'll leave a link in the description box below. And thank you again so much to Wild for your thoughtful gifts and partnering with me on today's video. Let's go find some treasures. Treasures, treasures. Just give me that bottle back. All right, let's get this party started. I'm so excited to get out today and just see what we can find here at the antique mall. I don't have anything very specific on my list. I always kind of have a list in my phone of things I'm looking for, but I don't necessarily have a collection that I'm shopping for. Although I thought these were so cool. This whole shelf was just full of mint condition books and coloring books. I'm not much of a collector in that way, but I thought those were really neat. I also loved this booth in general with so many functional yet antique tools. I had never seen a large butter churn quite like this. I honestly didn't know what it was right at first when I saw it. But have you seen one like this? Let me know in the comments below. But I thought that this large piece of equipment was just really neat. If you had a place to collect items like this or repurpose it in some way as furniture around your home, it'd be a really striking conversation piece. Same goes for this large wash tub area. I thought this was really cool. It was really in really good shape. As you can see, it's almost $300 here, but it was great shape. It's been really well taken care of over the years. I'm starting to get my eye on a few red, white, and blue things today because before we know it, I will be decorating for Memorial Day, and at my house, we decorate for Memorial Day and I leave it up through the 4th of July and all the way through Labor Day. I call it my lazy decorating season, but that's kind of how summer goes. So I'm catching, a few things are catching my eye that might be used for that this summer. So far, Ruth is being patient during our little visit. This little red, white, and blue quilt caught my eye. I really liked the kind of faded denim look of it. And it was just a small little lap quilt. Otherwise, I think I may have grabbed it. I just thought the piecing was really cute, had some little vintage fabrics in it, and I thought it would be cute just as a throw over our couch. I also liked this little vintage print here on the back. But I went ahead and passed it up because it was fairly small and I could not figure out in my home where exactly I wanted to put it. And that's kind of where I find myself these days. I feel like I've gone through seasons of my life where I could collect a lot of pieces as I'm out antiquing and thrifting, but now with a very settled in home with 4 kids, we need fewer things. So I have to be very minimal on what I decide to bring in. I want it to be beautiful, but I also need it to be functional. So if I'm going to spend a certain amount of money on an antique or a piece for my home in general, I want to make sure that it's going to actually add value to my home. So I've heard people in the comments of these videos honestly get mad at me before because I don't buy more things. And I think that that's just so funny because it's like the culture we live in now. It's like, oh, well, if you're going to go shopping, why didn't you buy anything? And it's like we need to learn how to just shop again and ask ourselves the right questions so that when we do find those pieces that make it into our homes, they actually mean something to us. They actually add value to our lives. So anyway, all that to say, I enjoy going out and looking for all of these things and admiring all of these beautiful baskets and things. But if it doesn't have a purpose in my home, or I don't know where I'm going to put it, I have to usually just say no in that moment unless it's something that I absolutely know I love. Now, you may have seen some of my decor in the past involve a lot of these red tins, and that's another thing I'll say. I like pieces of decor that can be used for multiple seasons. I was really drawn to this blue coffee pot because I feel like, again, with the red, white, and blue theme, it would be really nice. But then all of these tins I can use at different times of the year to decorate with, so it doesn't always just have to be for the 4th of July, and I can repurpose them. They have more than one purpose and function in my home. And so I think that that makes it a lot more valuable when you're picking up an item that you love. Now, if you've been following along with my recent videos, we are working on our greenhouse, so anything garden related was really catching my eye on today's trip. I was pulled into this really cute stand with all the little hand shovels and the little rakes. They were pretty well loved, but I just loved the little collection altogether. I may have to go back I didn't even look at that stand now that I think about it in hindsight. I don't know if the stand was for sale, but I really like that altogether. So I may have to think about that when we're decorating our greenhouse in the weeks to come here. But I also want some more watering cans. I want some more aesthetically pleasing watering cans too. This one was a little bit beat up and had a little history to it. I thought it was pretty, but just a tiny bit more than I would like to spend on one. But maybe it's not a bad deal. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I thought it was really cute up here in their display. And because rolling pins always continue to catch my eye, this one I thought was kind of unique. I don't know that I've seen one quite like this with the skinny little handles on the side. I decided I didn't need to add to my collection at the moment because I can't fit. Oh, Ruth begs to differ. Do we need more for our collection? She's back here in the background talking today too, obviously. It wasn't a bad price at all. I really stood there and thought about this one for a really long time because I thought it was really cute. And you can also file these under things I don't need but also caught my eye. For some reason, these little retro boxes caught my eye. I don't even know exactly what era those were, but I just thought they were really charming. Another item that has been catching my eye lately are the standing mirrors. I would love to find one that I just have to have. The ones I've been finding lately haven't really been truly antique, and just maybe not quite the right wood finish, which again, I could work on that, but you know, in my free time when we get all the other projects done. I also thought these were cute. I thought maybe for like my faux floral storage even, this would be a really cool setup. I would like to get an area in my storage setup to where I can easily grab all of my faux stems. So I'm really tempted to go back and get this collection just to make myself a really pretty wall. I don't know. It's a little excessive just for storage, but sometimes it's the little things that are so pretty. Also really liked those for the greenhouse. I think we might have some antique lights though from another project, so might have to use those on our greenhouse project. But all of the cooking utensils were also catching my eye today. This huge skillet had my husband's name written all over it for outdoor summer cooking. You know, because if you're cooking outside, you might as well feed an army. That's typically our motto at our house. These little bells also caught my eye, especially with like the thought of 4th of July and all of that decor again. I thought these could be really cute. They're little bookends. At first I thought it was just like a little statue, but when I figured out they were bookends, they were even more charming. This apple basket also caught my eye. I love cute pieces like this that are also double as kind of storage areas. This one was pretty well loved, and I was afraid it would probably break in my home with rowdy boys, but I thought it was really pretty nonetheless. All right, we're moving into an area that has a lot of pretty frames. This one caught my attention. It has lots of detail. I don't love it when I find frames that don't have the glass inserts. I feel like it's another project that I have to tackle. Let me know what you would do with an empty frame. Do you cut glass for it, or do you do some other type of project with it? I would love to know in the comments below. We can all share our ideas. I just thought that this mirror was kind of pretty too, but this one was by far my favorite. I loved the oval look of it, and it had a lot more of those ornate details to it. It said from the 60s on the tag, but I felt like it would also really fit well in my home, which was built in the early 1900s. It just has kind of that look to it to me. Really see it in an entryway or at the top or bottom of a stairwell. I just thought that was a really pretty piece. These were handmade, but I thought the ticking stripe always catches my attention, and lace. It's just an endless, love that I don't think will ever die. The same could also be said for baskets. I'm a basket case, if you will. Never can have enough of those. Here's another one of those enamel bowls. I don't know why these are really catching my eye. I guess because of the red and white thing in my brain today. But this little wash pan was only $10, so I thought let's take it off the wall, give it a good look. It was a little bit more well loved, and I'm still trying to decide exactly how I would stage this in my home, how I could keep it functional but also decorative. So again, if you have ideas, please share in the comments below. We can all help each other out. I thought that this little airplane was so cute. Not really an antique, I don't think, in any way, but I just thought it was cute because it was painted up red, white, and blue. I thought for a little boy's room, it could just be really cute. This style of pottery was also catching my attention a lot today with that little blue stripe. I really love that, especially like with summertime farmhouse in mind. And again here with the blue speckled enamel, this was just a little pan that I thought could be a really cute tray or something. Maybe I could use it in the kitchen and put a little candle and a little thing with flags or something for the 4th of July. So my wheels were turning a little bit here, but I just didn't really feel anything was striking me at the right price for that. So it's just been kind of fun to hunt today. I was intrigued by this little basket. I love the way they had it staged with the silverware, because in the summertime, I really like to keep some disposable silverware and napkins and plates ready to go. And I thought this would be an adorable little caddy to have them ready to go at all times. So if we have company on a whim, I can just pull that out. But I couldn't find a tag on it, and I didn't, do my due diligence to go find out how much it was. But I thought that that would be something else to continue to hunt for. I also really loved this bedspread. I was trying to figure out if it was actually bless you, vintage or antique. It said it was only $60, which if it is, I really didn't think that was too bad of a price, and I may have to go back and get it. Let me know what you think, if it's worth the pennies or not in the comments below. I thought that was a really pretty piece and very well kept, if truly an antique. Antique clothing and accessories always catch my attention. I loved these little beaded clutches, and it made me laugh to think how dainty, in my mind, the women used to be, and now I'm over here carrying the biggest, largest leather bag you could possibly get your hands on. Things have just changed a little bit, but I just love those dainty details. They always catch my attention. As did these little ornate Christmas ornaments. They actually were back in the same booth. I thought they were all sold at Christmas time, but now I'm thinking maybe I should get them now that they're back again, so that when Christmas comes around, I will be well equipped. And I always get sticker shock on Crocs, but they always catch my attention. I feel like this one would be a really good investment because it is so heavy and sturdy, and it would, I mean, obviously last for years and years, and you could actually use it for a lot of things. I'm always looking for little step stools as well, and other baskets and things for organization around my home that just have a little bit more story and character to them. Still continuing to keep my eyes peeled for the red, white, and blue here, and in this booth, the Coca-Cola boxes always catch my attention. This one was actually a pretty good price from what I've seen on other ones. I do have one very similar already at home, and I'm excited to decorate it with it. I'll try to share that in an upcoming video. This little coffee table also caught my attention. I feel like we're not really in a good coffee table season of life with a toddler in the house, but this one just caught my attention. I really liked the base on it, and of course, added storage. Always a win. As you can see, the baby liked that one. This little red, I guess with the enamel again today. I don't know where I'm at. I'm with the bells and the enamel when it comes to the 4th of July. We'll see how that ends up translating into my decorating later this summer. This little bell caught my attention. Not really, it looks super old to me, but I don't know. Help me out in the comments below if you are an expert with antiques. I would love you to share your wisdom. And please don't be mad at me that I don't have the answers. I am no way an expert when it comes to antiques, but what I do know is that I have loved antiques my entire life. It's just in me. I'm an old soul. I love to collect things, especially furniture pieces for my home. So please don't come at me in the comments that I don't know everything and anything that I should know. But I know I like pretty things and I like old things. One thing that caught my attention in this booth was the old school bells. I love this one. It is huge. It was $50 and I really, really thought hard about it because I just love it so much. I went to a really small private school when I was younger, and we rang a bell at the beginning of the school day. And I don't know if that's the reasoning behind my love of these school bells, but we had a very similar one to this. I just thought even the smaller one was cute. So I may have to go back and snag one of the bells. I just think that might be something I would like to collect in the future. Well, as it goes today, I have seen a lot of cool items, and I'm so glad that I have filmed them to share with you because that's always a good way for me to reflect on what I really do need in my home. But today I'm sad to say I only brought home a couple of these small napkins that you saw earlier. I thought they'd be great to decorate with for the 4th of July, Memorial Day, and all the things. I hope you'll join me again soon. We can have another coffee date, do a little bit more shopping. But in the meantime, be sure to check out this video where I did find an amazing piece at my local antique shop, and it was the perfect fit for our home. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you back here again very soon.